Hey there guys, this is Velo again. We're coming back with another Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction expansion set, original OG Diablo 2. This is not the remaster, this is the OG from back in the early 2000s. So this is the third time that I'm doing this, but in case this is your guys' first time, what I'm going to do is I've got a 6-sided die here. I'm going to go ahead and give it a roll, and we're going to see which character we're going to be playing. We've already done the Barbarian, we've done the Necromancer. We could do them again, but it could be any of these characters minus the Druid. I'm not a big Druid player, but we're going to say dice number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and let's see what we get. We could be continuing if we get a 3 or 4. Otherwise, it's going to be something brand new. I'm going to play it on hardcore, which means if I die, I die. It's done. We're going to be over with it. Some of the goals of the run here really quick is I am going to try and go through every quest of the game to get through the game. I'm not going to be doing any full clears. I'm also not going to be doing any rushes. I'm not going to stand still and grind levels. I'm just going to move at a quick pace to keep it entertaining. But if I feel things are getting a little bit too tough for me, I will slow down, get a couple levels, but I'll keep it challenging. Without further ado, I've got the dice in hand here. You might not be able to hear the roll this time because I'm using a different headset, but I'll be honest with you guys. So here's the roll. And we have a 6, guys. That is the Sorceress, one of my favorite characters. We're going to uncheck hardcore. Character name is going to be Velo Source. Yep, if we die, we are dead, guys. So let's go here and see what we can do with the Sorceress. So I'm just going to run right over to Akara. I want to pick up that Den of Evil quest. And I want to get right to it. Now, as a Sorceress, I really don't have a lot of health, guys. So we've got to be kind of careful here. We just want to find that den, get experience where we can, get a few smacks in. You know what? I will actually take that town portal scroll. That is a pretty nice find in case I want to get back. Chests are always great. Holding down the Alt key to get what I need. We're just trying to kind of figure out where stuff is right now. So I'm going to kill a couple of these guys on my way. Nice thing about these Fallens, they die right away. So the Sorcerer is, or Sorceress, apologize, is a really interesting class. So, and that's actually what I'm talking about right there. I want that stamina potion. With the Sorceress, you can do a lot of running around, a lot of just trying to figure out where things are at. And really you can do that with any class as long as you have a stamina potion. I apologize. But you have a lot of options with your spells is what I was really trying to get at. So here in this spell book, there's really a lot of options that you can do here. Just to quickly say, you know, Fireball is a solid choice if you want to go fire. Lightning, Charge Bolt into Lightning, Chain Lightning is also really great. Cold can also be really fun. One of my favorites. I was a big Frozen Orb fan back in the day, but Blizzard can just do tons of damage also. It just really depends on how you want to play. Sorceress is just fun no matter what you do across the board. For the purpose of this playthrough, I think I just want to go Fireball. It's early, it's pretty relatively reliable as far as everything's concerned, so I want to see if I can't get in there and, you know, get a good list going with all my Fireball stuff. I want to pick up those Scepters for money. Don't know if they're going to give skills or not. And in here, like I said, we got to do the full clear. Gold is not auto pickup in this game, for those of you that haven't played it, so if I find something interesting like that stamina potion, I will be picking up a lot of possible really good loot here, as long as they give skills, and both of them do. I can't use that armor yet, but yeah, let's just see what we can do here. So what you want to do with those shamans is you want to get around them so that you can get in there and get the kills off. Now, as much as I'd kind of like health, I like building up my strength first. Good solid strength is never bad. A little bit of mana regeneration here and warmth is also great, so I'm going to take it right away. And I want to be able to get some armor on just to defend myself. I don't want to get hit with some kind of a stray smack, especially on hardcore. And again, guys, we're probably going to play this just to get to Kane. I'll try and be as efficient as I can getting through it. I apologize if I'm not exactly the most efficient. So the other thing, too, how I was surrounded there with those Fallens. Now, luckily I killed the Shaman, so it wasn't too much of an issue. But if you're ever surrounded, just go ahead and smack one of the Fallens. You know, even if he comes back alive from the Shaman because you haven't killed the Shaman yet, that's totally fine. Just killing one of them is going to get the rest of them to run away. Just remember that. If you're ever surrounded really early on, you're just kind of going through the game, just smack one of the carvers or fallen guys. He'll die, and then you can get on with your business. You don't have unlimited mana with the Sorceress, so I mean, you can see I'm doing a lot of smacking here, especially against these undead. Keep in mind the staff does have a 50% damage bonus to undead, so never a bad idea in these low levels to go melee. That falling guy got in my way. This guy's hiding in the corner. So like I said, we're just trying to get through here, get as much loot and stuff as we can out of the way. We don't have to be picking up all this gold, but it's right here while I'm kind of waiting for the enemies. It's not really too much out of my way, so I'm going to go ahead and do it in this zone, since I've got to take my time through here anyways. I'm trying to be efficient, so I really don't want to miss anything. We're going to chug that other stamina potion, and I'm actually going to look forward to buying some later on in town. Like that ring, if I can grab it. Struggling a little bit there. Alright, we better heal, just to be safe. We don't want to keep our health too low. We are on hardcore after all. You know, I should have just waited for the level. That was my bad. We're going to go a little bit more into strength. I want to get that up there, and we're going to start building up that firebolt. And the reason why... So, Firebolt has a direct synergy to Fireball, and you can get it easier than Meteor. It's the same damage. Meteor's down here, Fireball's here, so the more points I put into here, the beefier this guy's going to be when I get it. So you're going to see that's where a lot of my skills are going to end up going in on this one. So, just try and knock out some of these guys. I really don't want to get surrounded by this guy. Corpse Fire can be a pain in the butt. We're just going to Fireball him to death. Not a bad choice to just drain my mana on that there, and wow, you know, I'm getting a lot of extra stuff here. Grabbing those extra potions because eventually I want to get a belt when I get back. I want to pretty much have the money to gear up with at least some basic gear. Just another reason why I'm adding to that strength right now. And keep in mind in this game, you know, you only got really a total of like 4 different sets that you can have because you get 3 respecs throughout your entire life with the characters. So you do want to have a bit of an idea with where you're going with some of your skills and everything, so don't just run wildly into it. Okay, we got 5 monsters left. We're probably going to have the 1 monster left. Curse, we just seem to always run into that. When we play this game, never fails. 2 monsters left. Where are these guys at? Oh boy. We missed them somewhere, didn't we? I don't know where. I don't know if I should go back all the way. I guess we're going to try. Hopefully this is still a little entertaining. I'm going to check down over here. Just make sure that nobody ran up this corner. Gosh, 2 monsters left. This game really doesn't like me that much right now, does it? Oh, there we go. It was a good call on my part. Okay, we're just going to head right back to town. These 2 that you start the game with always just sell for 1. Any starting equipment is not really worth keeping and holding on to. You might as well use it. So what I'm going to do with this identity scroll. Extra attack rating and extra gold from monsters. How much is she willing to give me for that? Let's see here. 2,000 gold. I think I'd rather have 2,000 gold, honestly, right now. Especially because I'm getting a lot of mana up here. So you can see these things both sell for almost 1,000 each versus a sword that I picked up that sells for 36. Definitely anything that has the potential for skills. So we're talking staves, wands, scepters. All of them have the potential. Sometimes, like this guy, no, it didn't give it to me. But with these 2, it's definitely worth it if it does. So make sure that you keep looking to try and pick up those kind of items. We're going to grab a tome right away. So I'm going to need to be able to go back throughout my life as a hardcore source. So we got our skill point from that. We're just gonna, let me see here. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to go with frozen armor. I always forget to reapply it, but if you are going hardcore, it's never a bad idea to go into it. So I'm definitely going to advocate for it, and I'm going to go on a line and say this is something that I should be better with. But again, I know my play style, so I'm going to go ahead and skip it. We're not going anywhere into lightning. Eventually we're going to do maybe some lightning or some cold, but for right now we're just going to keep pushing to that fireball. Okay, we got to get our next quest here, and we're going to get a move on once we see Charcy.
Hi there. Good day.
So we got to fill up our gear. So we need a belt for all those potions. Sure, if I'm poisoned that would kind of suck, so I guess we'll get one of those. Just looking to fill out my armor. I've got armor 10 there. This is armor 21 though. We're going to grab that. So you guys might notice I didn't even look at staves right away. I usually like to get my armor going first. Again, just personal preference here. I'm going to just grab those boots also just to kind of give myself a starting position. So we've definitely got some options there. Now, the other thing that you guys might be wondering about, we got the small stash here, like what's going on? Why are we playing classic? Like, where's, like, you're missing out on a mercenary, you're missing out on all kinds of stuff. I'm sure that's maybe a question that's going in your guys' minds right now. Also, just as a heads up, you might see me do this. That's habit. It doesn't matter if I die because my money's gone anyways. So that's just a habit that I picked up. Just always deposit my gold whether I'm playing hardcore or not. But anyways, why didn't I play expansion? Well, I did it for the extra challenge. I started this game in Classic, and I have a lot of memories with Classic. And a lot of you guys maybe never had that experience. Most people, when they think about this game, what do they think about? The expansion, Velo, all the fun stuff. For me, it was always chaos runs were at the end of it, or you're doing the cow level. And that's just how things went. And you know what I totally forgot, guys? I totally forgot to set up these, and more importantly, I forgot to get stamina potions. So once I get through to the cold plains here, I am going to run back and pick up those stamina potions. 100% want those. I knew I was feeling like I was forgetting something, so that's what we're going to do. And again, the waypoint to the cold plains is always right where the road bends. So right here, we got a waypoint. We're going to head back. I'm going to go to Akara, and I really want some of these. I love these things. I'm going to try and keep my bigger potions. I probably don't need them right now, but on the off chance that I get higher level. The other thing, too, with this game is stamina potions won't automatically go into your belt. I don't know. Maybe the game thinks that they're just, like, too OP or something. I don't know. But just to keep myself moving, I'm going to really jump on those right now because I just want to get through this game. So this is a fallen camp. This might be where Bishibosh is. I want to see if I can knock him out. We got to be careful of some of these guys here. We don't want to get too surrounded. We are definitely not invincible. And those hunters are not going to run, so definitely not afraid to use my mana here. Again, like I said, when these guys are surrounding you, don't feel like you have to... Yeah, and Bishibosh is right there. He is immune to fire, but we don't want to be stupid here with low health, and he can resurrect the other guys. Again, like I was saying, if a fallen's around you, you can kind of just start smacking. Okay, when he dies, he does have a chance to do a little bit of damage there. I want some of those healing potions because I just ran out. Grab a mana potion just in case. Grab the identify for later, and kill the shaman just for good measure. We're moving on. I stopped there because, again, I will stop somewhere if I feel like I'm going to get a decent amount of experience out of it. And at some point, I'm going to have to stop to level up anyway. So we're just trying to minimize that. I did not mean to pick that up. Anything crude, low quality, damaged, it is generally a waste of your time. You don't want to mess with it. Got that warmth skill going for me in between when I'm using my damaging spells. We're going to start going into health now. I do not like these dark rogues. We're just going to keep going into that fireball. We want those to keep just like one hit killing everything. Alright, so feel like I'm doing a little bit better now. Just kind of shoot and kill some of these guys. Get an amulet and head off. I also like to hold on to some keys because these chests have a chance to drop in something really nice sometimes. So satisfying when the shamans are dead and you can just lob into the group of them and kill them. Just love that. Alright, so what are we looking for here? We're looking for Blood Raven. We've got the waypoint already. Here's a road. Let's see where it leads. Alright, that's a stony field, but there is a special guy here. Probably going to stop and kill him just because we're here. Why not? Oh, lightning enchanted. One of the worst things.
I need mana.
The thing with lightning enchanted in this game is the visuals aren't all there for the sheer amount of damage that it does. There's only so many visuals that actually display for lightning enchanted, so always a good idea to be very cautious when you're doing those, especially on hardcore. There's some juicy piles here. I just wanted to refill my mana, guys, and we're off. Houses. Let's talk about that. I don't know if I talked about that before. If there's a bed in here, you can click the bed. A lot of the times there'll be a lot of stuff in it. Not always. That one kind of didn't have much going on, but every now and then you can find some really good stuff. Nice stamina shrine for what we're doing here, just getting a move on. Gem shrine, why not? Easy peasy stuff that I might make use of later. Yeah, we'll grab the leather armor. Armor is good. It takes up a lot of room though. That's the only downside. Okay, I gotta watch my healing. These guys are just crazy running after me, so I want to get some more healing potions if I can. Ooh, superior wand. There's a healing potion. Just to keep the flow going. So I know I'm gonna need it. Ooh, a ring. The game really wants to make me money, which is good because as a sorceress, I'm going to inevitably buy a staff that is probably going to be expensive because it's going to give a lot of skills. Wow, just so many. Break up some of these guys before I start getting into melee with them. These are demons, they're not undead, so I don't have a lot of offense that I can push against them, but I definitely don't want those guys following me into here. Might as well equip a ring that gives me a little bit of extra money.
There is dark magic.
Okay, and here we got Blood Raven. What I'm going to do is I'm going to prep some spots for my mana here, and as a just in case, we're going to throw this rejuvenation potion on top of my health. I'm not sitting on a lot there. Again, throwing those out, they're not really doing me any favors. Rearranging my inventory here just so I can pick some stuff up. One that doesn't give skills doesn't help me. I don't want to get surrounded by these. I kind of want my shots to count if I can manage it. So I'd prefer her to run out to me, which she might do, or if I can just get these zombies to chase me.
My army will destroy.
She's going to, of course, be a pain in the butt. Okay, again, she's a demon. Not the easiest to kill as a source. Ooh, that's some heavy hitting damage right there, guys. She can definitely slug out a little bit. And we're already kind of struggling. I would not chance this on hardcore at this point. Could I? Probably. But I'd like the run to be a little bit more enjoyable, especially with this character. Now, whenever you need to run to town like this on enemies, you are kind of running the risk of them regenerating a little bit of their damage, or rather health, sorry. Regenerating the damage that you've done. So you don't want to spend too much time in the middle of a boss fight. Inevitably, if you got to do it, you got to do it. That's fine. Okay, I don't care too much about looting right now. I'm just trying to get these guys out of her flow line. I really don't have... Yeah, we should have bought mana potions. That's what we're going to go do now. Stamina's not going to be a problem for this fight. My problem is going to be my resources. Otherwise, mana, health. Not doing the best here, but getting it done, especially as a sorceress that's really only level 4, just trying to rush in and get stuff done.
Will destroy you.
You can see how we're kind of like kiting the enemies around a little bit. She's doing a good job of staying in them, unfortunately. Get some good damage in there. Ooh, we're getting low, guys. We're getting low. Gotta let that health regenerate. We gotta be a little bit more careful here. Love her to stay. We're gonna do this to get our stuff up a little bit. I don't mind chucking a couple of those in there. I've got that. I really wish she'd stand still. She's giving me a run for my money right now.
I need mana.
Yeah, we need mana again. There we go. And then the guys are dead. Wow, what a pain in the butt there. Okay. So let's return to town. And let's get some of our potions and stuff figured out again. I think we're going to do 2 rows of stamina instead of 3. And we'll do 2 rows of health. Bloodraven can be a pretty tough fight if you're trying to do it quick. Like I said, just keep trying to goof around the guys. Watch what you're doing though. Watch your health. Don't get caught up in the moment. I definitely got caught up in the moment there a little bit. That was almost way shorter of a run than I wanted it to be. I'll take the 2 to mana. Oh, that's going to be great. Faster hit recovery. That's another thing that can get you killed super fast. So level 6, we're going to put that on. Not too far away from that. These things can go. 4 to life. Lightning resist. Lightning resist is definitely better. I don't care too much about 4 to life. We're going to go with that. Let's just double check super quick if she's got anything for staves while we're here. I really want just like firebolt. I don't really have enough money for anything though right now. Pretty much sitting at 2,000. I can't even get a 2 to firebolt. So yeah, we'll just hold on to that in our inventory. Eventually put it on. It's also giving me like a little bit of poison fire resist. Lots of defense, which is nice. And Kyoko, let's see how long you can survive the crazies with me. And we know we gotta go down this way to get through it all, so that's what we're gonna do. She's gonna help me knock out some of those guys along the way, which is nice. Just using the stamina potion to keep the momentum. Don't really care too much about a sash. Here we want the waypoint. We also need to get to the Darkwood, but we really want the waypoint because we need to come back for Cain. We know the Karen Stones are right there. That's perfect. We need the waypoint. And then... And again, when you're looking for the waypoint in a level like this, what you need to do is you need to look for something that's near the middle of the map. I'm not going to worry too much about Kyoko right now. If she wants to stand and die those archers, she can stand and die to those archers. Mercenaries are short-lived in the non-expansion. You can't equip them, so like again, all the advantages that I would get from playing the expansion, runes, equipable mercenaries, charms, rune words, like none of them exist. It's just me and the items that the game feels like giving me. It's more or less what I've got to play with. Here's our quest for the tower, but a ways until we get to that one. Not a requirement that we found the book, but figured, you know what, if it's right in front of me, why not? So yeah, I'm trying to kind of stay away from the walls just so I can find that waypoint. The waypoint always has a torch on either side of it. So if you're coming up on it and you're not sure and you see a torch, also click on these stashes because quick items, quick money, I mean, it's right along the way. I'm not really spending too much extra time to do it. Let's just look and see what we can find here for a waypoint or something. Hopefully the game's nice to me. Hopefully we're not like going around the entirety of this place before we find something. Oh, that is a really interesting find. I don't know if you guys seen that, but that is unique. 100%, we just got a unique club this early in the game. Interesting. We got another camp here. I'm really tempted to clear it. You know what? There's a well here to refresh our stuff, so why not? Let's just take on this camp here and see what we can get to. So that's going to push us on closer to get our thing. I don't want that archer just chucking at me constantly. Did not mean to pick up that thing. Sometimes when you're pressing alt as much as I am, you run into that. God, all kinds of interesting items. This club is the one that I'm most interested in, though. What does that do? Felix, we got 1 to 10. Ours is 1 to 5. It gives us knockback, lightning resist, fire resist, enhanced fire damage. Fast attack speed, too, which is the same as our short staff there. We're going to lose 1 firebolt skill, but I mean, we're sitting at level 4 right now, so I'm honestly thinking, plus we retain the damage to undead and the knockback, I'm going to actually say, I can't believe it, I'm going to take off the staff. I was not expecting this run to turn out that way. We're also going to build up our health just a little bit more. I really didn't like how low I got when I was fighting the Blood Raven, so that's what we're going to do, and we could actually hold a shield now if we really wanted to. That gives might. We're going to keep that. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. And our staff, it sells for 1, so it's gone. Alright. Hopefully the commentary kind of helps you guys. This one, there's always a shaman that revives guys inside the house. Outside the house, there's usually a lot of stuff. But he can't resurrect these blue guys. He can only resurrect the red ones, so... yeah, with that extra damage, that feels nice and juicy. Very nice and juicy. The knockback, too. Having a little bit of accuracy issues sometimes, but nothing too crazy. Another scepter. And sometimes, even though these are cracked, they can give skills. This one does not. Let's move on. Grab that well. I want to see if I can find this waypoint. I can already tell you that that cave down there is more than likely where we need to go for the underground passage. So at this point, we've found everything except for what we really need. Oh, an experience shrine. I definitely want to make use of that. If you're ever doing a run like this, experience shrine cannot go wrong. We just want to find guys and kill them as much as I can, but I don't want to forget about these rings. This is nice and juicy. Wow. Guys, honestly, what is up with these item drops for this run? This is crazy. A unique, how many rings, amulets, stuff with skills. We're making a lot of money, which is very, very cool. Oh my gosh. Where is the waypoint, guys? This is crazy. It's got to be down, yeah? Or no, it could be up. We're going to go up. We're gonna commit to up. So you can see I'm just picking up the stamina potions as I go because... and then I use it when I get low. This is right there. I think the play is kill Rakanishu now. So we're right here trying to look for this thing. We've got all that extra lightning resist. And this experience shrine.
These stones radiate powerful magic.
Ooh, those guys hurt. Ooh, those guys hurt. I don't have a shield. Oh, shield. Did that equip right away? Oh, I don't have the strength. Sad. Oh, Rakanishu's gonna hurt. I know he's gonna hurt. I don't want any of these guys there. I don't have a healing potion either. Oh boy. Yeah, you're gonna keep your distance from me this time around, buddy. Where is that waypoint? I really want to try and make use of this experience shrine, and it just fell off. Got another club here. Mana stolen per hit. Nah, we're not going to do that much damage with it, but it'll sell, which is nice. Alright. Good lord. Where haven't we looked for this thing? So you can move the map with the arrow keys. We could check down there. Maybe it's south. It's got to be south, huh? And then just hitting tab, closing your map, and reopening, it'll recenter it in case you guys are ever curious about that. We are one, maybe 2 hits away from level 6. 2 hits. Let's put that helmet on. The other one's not going to honestly sell for much, but I really wanted to hit level 6 because... Okay. So now we've got some new options that opened up for us. Static. We are going to need that later on. As scary as it is, it's going to be so useful. That's a poison shrine. It hurts everyone around you. Oh my goodness. Are you serious? Where is the waypoint? It's gotta be down south. You know what? At this point, I think we're just going in this underground passage. We're not gonna mess with it anymore. We've been running around enough, and I honestly just want to get a move on. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh my gosh. These misshapen in here, and these small corridors, I am gonna stop and kill them because with these guys, once they surround you and start really beating on you, you are in for a doozy. And as a sorcerer or sorceress, I really don't have the convenience of a lot of health, so I've got to be mindful of where I'm going and what I've got going on as quickly as I want to move through this without any kind of an armor, because again, my playstyle. This guy here. Lightning enchanted. Holy cow. Want that mana potion. My goodness gracious. Alright, we're getting out of there. One guy run in and hit him and it's a ring. Again, pretty much every time you get a ring, that's 1,000 gold. So it's just up to you. Do you want whatever the benefits are, or would you rather have 1,000 gold? Oh my god. Yeah, these kind of caves are death zones. Gotta be really careful about where you decide to go, and I seem to always struggle with finding the correct way to go. Again, I don't want to mess with those misshapen. We're gonna lure them around. Ah, crap. Don't want to get surrounded. Don't want to run into a situation that I don't want to be in. It's a lot to consider. That is level 2. Of course it's level 2. Alright, guys. I might have to say, let's go back. I don't feel comfortable doing this without any healing potions. I should probably sell anyways, so
Good day.
let's just take the time to do that. We got 3, 4, 5 things to identify. And a lot of you might be thinking, why didn't you just buy a tome? And for me, it's just always like, you know what, I'm going to get Cane soon. I don't think I really care. I am kind of swinging with my mace still, so we're going to keep that on. Don't think I really care about the gold that much. Maximum stamina and life, 1 to mana. I mean, we've got a 2 to mana. I kind of like my light radius, believe it or not. 1 to energy, that is a little bit more mana. Yeah, the light radius is nice because I can see what's coming. And that's a little bit of half the problem. And we'll load up on a little bit more of that. Now while I'm here, let's see, are there any kind of really badass staves or anything? Wouldn't mind something with a little bit more to firebolt. No, I don't want to buy that. Yeah, we're just gonna move on, guys. Okay. Now again, if you're not familiar with this game and you're not familiar with the level layouts or anything like that, I wouldn't necessarily be running through this because you're really running a risk. I'm running a risk. I mean, I'm getting sweaty palms doing this. You know, it can pay off if you find where you're looking for, but you can easily corner yourself. Like, again, there's pros and cons to what I'm doing, so don't do this if you feel like this is not something you would be comfortable with. I have a funny feeling that this is the wrong way again, which is pretty annoying, but maybe? Oh, okay. Whew. Alright, guys. I am definitely feeling underleveled. I maybe should have killed some of the guys there, but I really hate the confined space, and I ran a big risk doing that. Some of these guys are probably just going to wreck me if I let them. So I'm going to take some time to just kind of build up my stock, get my bearings, and have a place to run back to. Like this. There's a camp, fallen camp I don't really want to deal with. Free stamina potion, why not? Okay, I can still smack him in one hit with this thing. Not going to melee Treehead Woodfist. He is going to be the next big challenge here. At least we've got the faster hit recovery now with that helmet. Staff that gives 1 to firebolt and 2 to charge. That's pretty much just a step back. I don't really want the charge bolt right now. I'm not using as much stamina as I thought I would be. We could probably go down to just 1 stamina. What's this guy? Teleportation. In other words, experience. Annoying experience, but experience. Alright. Rejuvenation potions sell for a decent amount. I'm actually going to loot everything he had. I'm going to redo these potion slots, because if I run into Treehead Woodfist, I want to be able to have the mana to fight with him. He's extra strong and extra fast, and he's going to be in a darkened area on the map, kind of like how the roads are, except it's going to be spherical. The armor shrine is so nice for me. Pretty much makes me as hardy as a warrior, or close to it. Barbarian, rather. Warrior, barbarian, whatever you want to say. This mace is doing work. That is a trap. There's the fireball from it. Oh, there's Tree-Head Woodfist. You see those big guys? He's still chasing me. Alright, guys. We got a Brute here. We're just going to see how well we can take him on. And he's going to run back to his friend. Ooh, there's his friend. Alright. I don't think we want to melee you at all. Big guy. If I can help it. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. That hurt. We're just going to run for a little bit. Holy cow, guys. Get off me, kindly, please, and thank you. What I wouldn't give for a teleport right now. Holy cow. Sometimes they can get a stun. That's why I'm fishing for these firebolts like that. Oh boy. Heart's racing just a little bit more there. These brutes are going to have some of the similar stats because they're all part of the same pack. So if it were a normal brute, I'd maybe try meleeing it just to see, but in a situation like that, you really don't want to mess around too much with him. I mean, you've seen how much he chunked me for. That really hurt. Should be one more brute. There he is. We're just going to take him out. All right. And again, the reason that I kind of cleared an area for this is because I needed a spot to run back to. I am super vulnerable, and I didn't want to be a statistic. So let's go grab that scroll. As long as there's nothing else crazy going on over here.
This ancient tree has an aura of magic about it.
Alright, so now we are 100% finding the waypoint before we leave. You know what? I'll take a crude buckler. It's a shield. Armor 4. Okay. Probably better than I could have asked for. Locked chest. Here's an exploding shrine. Come here. So that can sometimes hurt the enemies. At least it used to. But also these little explosion and gas potions that just take one slot like this, they sell for a lot, surprisingly. So if you're ever in a money situation really early on in the game, just a little tip there, you can totally jump on those and get some really good cash easy and early on. Also, don't underestimate these archers. You see that arrow that's shooting me from off the screen there? Too many of those pile up and they can and will knock you out. Arrows can build up and do a lot of damage in this game. Alright, where is that waypoint? Here's a fire. Oh, that's a camp. And very busy camp at that. Very busy camp. Don't want to get surrounded. Already getting a lot of these guys on me. Like I said, I'm feeling a little challenged. I'm feeling a little under-leveled. So we're taking the time to knock out what we can. There's that archer. Two spears that dropped. That's kind of a strange drop to see happen twice like that. That's a refilling shrine, which I don't really need right now. I'll level soon at least, so there's that. You gotta be careful here in the Darkwood too, because the trees are very good at obscuring. Bad skeleton. And I'm like OCD when it comes to my potion slots. Health has gotta be first. We can't actually see what the scroll does yet. until we visit Kara, who can transcribe the runes, in case you guys are wondering. But I think I'm going to put some points into strength. I've been wanting to put it back up again, but the lack of health has just been abysmally awful. It's tempting to get some more points in static even. I don't know if I would normally do something like that, just because I would fish for extra skills. But when you're playing on hardcore, you have to do what's going to make you survive. And for me right now, this is definitely going to help me. I mean, I might even break my rule and eventually get frost armor and try and keep it up just for the sake of the run, because oh boy, frost armor would be kind of nice, wouldn't it? I mean, we've run into some close calls there, especially with Treehead Woodfist. He was on our butts. Yellow armor could be nice. The strength is just going to give us an overall better armor level. Okay. It's funny when you're trying to get away from guys, you end up doing something you're not even intending. Like, I was not about opening that chest right there. I was about getting away. Got archers on me. I've got those quick guys. I mean, yeah. Definitely, so I'm looking for 2 torches like that. Let's try and melee one of these guys, see if it's actually going to be worth it. Yeah, if there's just a couple, I think I can manage, especially with the knockback. So, oh my god. That's that stun that I was talking about. There's our waypoint, guys. Relatively close to the next area too, which is going to be right up there on the map. Let's get back to town. I don't have a Stony Field waypoint, but
Yes.
I at least know where I need to go. Okay, so while I'm here, we're going to sell. One didn't turn out to be that good. Put another one of those in there. These rejuves, like I said, heal for or sell for 200. Useful if you need money, also useful if you need to survive, I guess, but I don't know. I'm probably just going to sell them for right now. A little bit of fire resist. I think it... I'm kind of starting to move away from swinging my clubs, so yeah, maybe not a bad idea. Let's get rid of that crude buckler and let's put on one that can actually do us something a little bit more. Got armor 21 here, 8 lightning resist. This is going to give us some cold and poison. Attacker takes damage and health. Nah, I think we're actually going to go and see if, with the extra points that we just added, if we can get a better armor from Charcy. Again, my OCD, and I just want to get rid of some of these gems.
Good evening.
Okay. We can't quite get the studded leather. We can get a better shield. Attacker takes damage. That's probably going to suit us a little bit better for our purposes. Otherwise, I'd say we're sitting all right, so... Okay, so that's just going through and showing us the pattern, but the nice thing about the stones is you can just more or less click them. Apologize in advance for this run. I do not know where the waypoint is. I'm guessing it's south of this little sign of the 4th quest that we got. If I had to guess, that's where it is. Also, the attacker takes damage is kind of nice because it can be a little bit of a stun mechanic. Find and rescue Deckard Cain. Oh, those archers are going to be the bane of my existence. I want to get these skeletons out of the way first. Oh, I can't even kill those guys in one hit. Good lord. Let's rescue Kane so we don't forget.
Get to the rogue camp.
Yeah. Wanted to try to commit to that, but it did not happen. And I'm already out of healing potions again here. This really does not feel good. These returned are beefy. I don't have any healing potions sitting here. Nobody wants to give me one. Oh, there's one. Yeah, sometimes it's best, I mean, if you don't feel like you can get away, is find like a corner or someplace that you know that might be a little bit safer. And obviously manage your resources. Like, I'm not doing the best job right now, but making areas of the map safe are going to help you so much in the long run. It's like, I know the top part here is relatively safe, but I've got these skeletons down here. I'm really going to try and like pummel into them with my spells, ranged against ranged. Oh boy. I think there's some healing potions down there if I dare try. Stupid cadaver, just getting in my way. Alright. Somewhere there's a shaman reviving this guy. I think he's in this burning house. Oh, he's right here. Oh, we got minion night canes. Ooh, those guys are tough sometimes. I think we're going to take the time to clear here for the experience. Like I said, it's not super quick starting with the Sorceress. You gotta be careful. Like, you can be powerful, but you've seen now multiple occasions that I have just barely slipped by. That faster hit recovery is honestly going on right now. That's going to be the death of me, a situation where I can't get away. Okay, come up here. You can just see how strong these guys are, just how much damage they're taking before they fall down. Don't want to be on their receiving end for sure. I think there's another shaman. Yeah, these guys here. I want to lure these other guys out and around if I can. Looping in, grabbing the mana potion. Oh, Griswold's out. Lovely. Lovely. Don't really want to fight him just yet. Give myself some room to fight him. If I can, some mana potions to fight him too. He regenerates quick. Not really ready for you, sir. But you know what? Here's a town portal. So let's just go get ready. It's always good to get somewhere safe. Again, if you're not rushing this, let's make use of Cane to identify, which we don't need to do. We are going to go back before finishing this run, guys.
Good day.
I want to clear that Tristram area, and I just think that it's a good idea to do so. It's going to give us a lot of juicy experience. We don't really need too much here. Let's just head right on back and see if we can finish it up. Alright, Griswold is just going to eat through these potions. So first let's knock this guy out so he gets out of our way and isn't a problem. So you can see just how chunky he is. He can do a decent amount of damage. Poor guy. You know what's going to work even better though? Static.
I need mana.
Ooh, ouch. Of course you cursed me like the first hit. Okay. We'll knock him down the rest of the way. Static is really great for chunky bosses. And he gives a decent amount of experience there. Alright, let's go kill this other special guy. And then see what's down south here. Mana potion or juke. Like I said, I'm feeling a little weak at level 7 right now as a sorceress. So we are going to collect what we can here. Just full clear Tristram. There's my level. That faster hit recovery is what's going to save you. Can't let Wirt's gold go to waste at least, can we? We can let his leg go to waste. Alright, let's go into health a little bit more. And I think we're going to take another point in static. Like I said, I wouldn't normally. Just because I'd like it to go to the skill points. I maybe should have done the frozen armor. You guys are probably cringing at me right now. I'm cringing at myself partially. Oh, that's right, we got that special Night Cane. I don't know where he's at or what he does. We're probably about to find out. Oh, there he is. Stone skin. That means you've got armor, which doesn't help you too much against my spells, but it... I don't know about you guys, but there's just something about the Tristram music that just digs deep. Get our money's worth from coming here. Alright, guys. Let's head back to town and finish up.
Stay a while and listen.
Greetings.
Okay. Already got an armor 24 faster recovery. I mean, it's an improvement on a shield, so I can't really say no. Yeah, we'll just get rid of those right now. But again, even though I got an improvement on a shield, I'm really tempted to see something that gives even more to Firebolt. It's going to mean more damage, more that I can do, like 2 or 3. Definitely if it was like a 3 to Firebolt, I think I would jump right on that right now. I am level 8. We're just going to double check that Charcy doesn't have anything. We're getting a decent amount of gold.
When I flip, good day.
Of course, we're getting the quest for the Malice now. We still didn't put any more points into strength. I maybe should have. So this is kind of where we're at. Fell Oak. Like, wow. I'm really surprised. Again, like faster recovery, I'm starting to stack on the armor, the helmet. Attacker takes damage on the shield since we're going with Fell Oak. Yeah, melee sorceress. Crazy. So, yeah, guys, 3 quests done. Kane's taken by now. Or returned, rather. Kane is returned. My man's right here, and yeah, that is the beginning part of the Sorceress. Again, some really close calls. I would maybe recommend that you guys tackle things a little slower, a little bit more cautiously, maneuver around. Definitely early on, these stamina potions, just having them in the belt slot, move them in there. Keep your health as active as you can. Use your mana when it's the tough fights. Build up that skill, whichever one you decide to go with, whatever spec you decide to build. This is a fire build. Yeah, that's the Sorceress on hardcore. Fire probably is a little bit more challenging in hindsight, because again, cold gives you the opportunity to slow your enemies down, which is going to be super helpful. Early on, Ice Bolt can be. Ice Blast is also not bad at all. So cold probably would have been a better choice, but I guess we're just making it a little bit more challenging for ourselves. But anyways, guys, if you have any questions, just go ahead and throw me a comment. I'll definitely jump back in. I love playing Diablo 2, so I'm really glad and having fun with this little thing that I'm doing with the random character choosing and just seeing how far I can get on hardcore. I don't even expect to beat the game. I mean, death eventually comes on hardcore for usually the silliest reasons. So anyways, I hope you enjoy.